Let's get it, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome in as we get ready to rock and roll. We are back. We are not going anywhere. Happy April Fools, April 1st, and we are ready for some great dirt street stock racing here from Federated Auto Parts Raceway. It's Peasley, Missouri's I-55 as we get ready to set them loose here for the Throttle Down Motorsports Enduro Series. 125 laps of racing action, 0 caution flags. It's nothing but running and gunning out there on the racetrack. These drivers are going to have their hands full. Tight corners, and things are going to get very, very tricky for all these drivers out there on the track. As this 22 ride right there, Brandon Gulp looking for a good run here this evening. Right now, Lon Franks quickly the top car here in this qualifying session. Is open qualifying here for the Enduro Series as we're moments away from the green flag and things getting underway here for our 4-wide start. Let's get it, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome in the 44 ride. Dick Sabansky sporting a new number here this evening. The 44 Mission, the Throttle Down Motorsports Sunrise Racing ride out there on the racetrack. You see D-Jack Tyler Jackson in his Black Diamond Mafia Majula St. Speed Shop. ShopFergie22.com Papa Mike Promotions ride there as the Alpha Shark looking to have himself another good night at the track. Beautiful looking ride here for the 19 of Dakota Proud. Is Proud out there on the racetrack. A great looking ride here. Very fancy looking ride out there. Very clean, very sleek looking as you see the big D machine. Dustin Benton out there on the track as well with those Throttle Down Motorsports Precision Auto Body rides out there on the track. Another new looking paint scheme here for Dustin as well. Looking good out there on the track. Things are coming to a close here for qualifying, and that means our main feature event is about to get underway in just a few more moments. Anthony says, "What's up, brother? Had a plan to run, but Mother Nature had other plans." Talking tornadoes. Oh, brother, that is a no bueno from me. No bueno from me on the tornadoes, that's for certain, brother. Hopefully you guys are all safe, friends, family, everybody is safe out there. Hopefully no tornadoes touching down, that is for certain, as these drivers are looking to create a little bit of a tornado here themselves from Federated Auto Parts Raceway as they are ready to stir things up. They're ready to tear down the house here at Peasley, Missouri's I-55 Federated Auto Parts Raceway. My boy Skylar Pruitt up in the house. What's good, Skylar? Skylar says, hey yo, Mr. Pruitt. How are you, Skylar? Skylar coming in, dropping that thumbs up on the stream as well. Rob Stefanski with the like. Casey Durant coming in with that heart reaction. My boy Blaze Schumann coming in with that like as well. Anthony Garp with that like and the share, as well as my boy Skylar Pruitt. Pruitt coming in, setting it off with the 500-star bombing right out of the gate, coming right in with the 500-star bomb. Let's go. I appreciate you, my boy. Says, see you tonight, boo. Oh, you know it, brother. You know it. We will be there. We will be ready to see you guys go to battle after this feature event. And this feature event is about to get underway. Drivers getting loaded into the sim here. 125 laps of racing action. We got a lot of racing to do here this evening, and it's going to be a lot of fun. These guys are going to be putting in some pretty hard work out there on the racetrack. I'm not going to lie, things are going to get crazy here in this one. Yo, William Hargraves and Jake Stefanski coming in with the love here as well. Jake with that share on the stream. Annie Marie Stefanski with that like on the stream. And Steven Stefanski coming in with that thumbs up as well. As my boy Casey Durant says, what up? Suspended from iRacing for 4 weeks. Oh no! Brother! Casey, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you getting suspended from iRacing for? What in the world? Come on now, brother. Come on now. Can't be doing stuff like that. Can't be doing bad stuff. Getting suspended from iRacing. Come on now. Come on now. Yo, my boy Blaze Schumann. Blaze coming in, setting it off as well with the 200-star bomb coming in, setting it off here in this one as our A-Main feature event is about to get underway as these drivers are going to get ready to rock and roll. And starting on the pole in the DWR iRacing iFlag JRE machine, that is Lon Franks. To his outside will be that 71 of William Hargraves. Hargraves will start there to his outside here as they'll get lined up on the back straightaway, a 4 wide. As to their outside You see that 822, that's Tyler Jackson in the Black Diamond Mafia, Majula A Speed Shop ride in. The 44 ride, the Sunrise Racing Throttle Down Motorsports machine of Jacob Stefanski. Cameron Stefanski on the inside, a row number 2 in the 92. The Sunrise Racing ride right there in position number 5 with the 33 of Dylan Simmons, the 19 of Dakota Proud, and the 720 of Jackie Whaley, bringing up row number 2. Starting inside a row number 3, you see that 34 ride. That is the Throttle Down Motorsports ride of Dustin Benton. To his outside, the 15, that is Steven Stefanski. The 57 of Jeremy Aikens, and the 34 of, that is Jason Zilmer. They're starting on the outside of row number 3. And we see the number 29 ride of Aaron Martin out there on the racetrack. Evan Stefanski in the 116. Charles Davis, Tim Van Ovenstein, and Ryan Howard bringing up the rear of the field here in this one. As 18 drivers ready to rock and roll here. 125 laps of racing action as my boy Skyler coming in again with the 201 stars. Says, see you tonight, boo. Again, what in the world is going on here? He says, let's go, Black Diamond Mafia. Damn lap car, says Casey Durand. Oh no, as we are quickly green flag racing here in this one. The green flag quickly coming out as the 10 ride Alon Franks is going to lead us around the beautiful Federated Auto Parts Raceway here in a quick hurry. Now, 125 laps around this racetrack are going to be a lot quicker than what we see at racetracks like, Lucas Oil, or even, any of the other bigger ones. You go to Eldora, you go to USA, you go to Williams Grove. Those are very big racetracks in comparison to Federated Auto Parts Raceway. These drivers are clicking off laps in a quick hurry here around this racetrack. So the laps will get clicked down. These drivers will hit that 125 lap marker before we even know it, as Lon Franks continues to click them off. As everyone try to work themselves around here, the 19 of Dakota Proud is going to go around. A quick little loop-de-loop of 360 down at a quarter number 2. Unfortunately for Proud, that takes him from about the 10th position all the way back to 18th there. So a big loss right there for the 19 machine as Lon Franks continues to lead the way. Jacob Stefanski in position number 2. William Hargraves there in 3rd. The big D machine of Dustin Benton now up into position number 4 and looking for more with Jackie Whaley. Steven Stefanski, Tyler Jackson, D-Jack there in 7th. Cameron Stefanski, Dylan Simmons, and Evan Stefanski rounding out our top 10. Now the big question is going to be for a lot of these drivers is what it's going to be for tire saving. Do you conserve? Do you use the tires up early while the racetrack is tacky? Do you wait until closer to the end and then start making everything happen and try to push yourself to the front of the field when everyone else is having handling issues? If you save that right rear tire a little bit more than everybody else, lap after lap after lap, it can lead to a lot where you can find a lot of extra traction and a lot of extra speed while everyone else handles poorly late in this race. So there's definitely some strategy games that will be played from all these drivers. Anthony says, suspended from iRacing, I feel is like being suspended from high school. The drama is about the same. Yeah, pretty much. Mackenzie Finch coming in with that heart reaction. My boy Cody Horton coming in with the like as well. Chris Peters with that heart reaction. Chris, my boy, we miss you out here on the racetrack. And Mama Bear Susie Dickinson with the heart reaction coming in, showing the love here in this one as well. Mackenzie Finch says, let's go. Tyler Jackson. Skylar Pruitt says, go Hawks, go Hawks. Let's go Hawks. I don't know what we're cheering the Hawks for. Which Hawks? I don't know which Hawks. Go Hawks. I also think you should be able to protest you should be able to only be protest in officials. Yeah, that seems about fair. I don't know. Posteds are hit or miss. I suppose you could probably allow certain ones to not be protested. I don't know. It's hit or miss. You break the rules, you break the rules. You gotta deal with the punishments, unfortunately. He's mine. Back off, says Skylar Pruitt to Mackenzie Finch. Oh, that's hostile right there, Skylar. That's hostile. Come on, Tyler Jackson says Mama Bear. Mama Bear coming in, cheering on T-Jack out there on the racetrack as well, as you see Evan Stefanski continuing to move forward here. He's trying to reel in that 822 of Tyler Jackson as T-Jack right there battling with another Stefanski, as that's Cameron Stefanski in the yellow 92 to his outside. Jackie Whaley up into the outside fence. Here's him and Dustin Benton battle for position number 4 on the track. Steven Stefanski right there in that mix as the Steve's Lawn Care Sunrise Racing WB Crave Designs ride. They're in position number 6 on the racetrack. A lot of these beautiful looking rides out there on the track. Every one of them, though, are trying to track down this 10 machine of Lon Franks, as Franks continues to lead the way here in the DWR JRE iRacing I-Flag number 10 ride. Is that Evo 1 graphics machine looking absolutely fierce, looking absolutely rusty and rustic out there on the racetrack, but he's looking to do good things with that car and trying to pick up a checkered flag here today. The 44 ride, now this is usually the 32 of Jacob Stefanski. Unfortunately for Jacob, or I don't know what's going on with Jacob. I don't know if this is another throwback paint scheme to one of the Ransomville regulars, or one of the Humberstone Merrillville drivers that Stefanski has come to know so much. But sporting the 44 ride here, I'm not sure what the story is behind that, but we do see Jacob sporting a new number here in that 44 ride as the Throttle Down Motorsports machine. They're in position number 2. You see that Dirt Panda, Bibs Linker, Malum Electric, Joy Ride Design 71 H Ride. It's the KC Speedworks machine of William Hargraves in position number 3 here. Pretty hard up into the outside wall right there. Hopefully not too much damage for that 71 as he continues to keep on rolling out there on the racetrack. The Big D of Dustin Benton still hanging on to position number 4 is Jackie Whaley right there in that 5th position. And then it's a slew of Stefanski, Steven Stefanski, Cameron Stefanski, Tyler Jackson, Evan Stefanski rounding out our top 9, and Ryan Howard from the rear of the field now up inside the top 10 here for that 4 ride as he finds himself now in that 10th position. Brandon Kolb right there behind him with Dylan Simmons, Jeremy Akins, Dakota Proud in the 19 ride back in the 14th position. We saw him go for a loop-de-loop not too long ago, able to pick up a few spots here and trying to work himself back up towards the top 10. Aaron Martin right there behind him, Aaron M29 over on twitch.tv as he's always out there putting on a good show for all of his viewers and everybody else. Good to see Aaron Martin back out here for another good run, trying his hands here at the dirt track racing. Jason Zilmer right there behind him in the VP Racing number 134 ride in position number 16 with Charles Davis in the 50 ride. Back there in that 17th position. Tim Van Uvenstein back there in the 18th position in the 94 ride. Unfortunately, he's in that final position on the racetrack, and slowly but surely, he's starting to see our race leader, who's a new race leader, the 44 ride of Jacob Stefanski, able to jump up, make the move, and put himself into the top spot here. So, new race leader is Jacob Stefanski making the pass. We'll take a look back and see this battle here as these two were duking it out for a little bit, but it is the 44 ride who's going to end up with this race lead as he sends it down the bottom side. He's going to slide up in front of that 10 ride, and Lon Frank's going to take a little poke to his back bumper here. Was thinking about trying to throw it back down underneath of him, but unfortunately couldn't get the run he needed there off of corner number 2, and that's how the 44 ride of Jacob Stefanski ended up with this race lead. Lon Franks now back to second as William Hargraves right there behind him to Dustin Benton, Jackie Whaley trying to track them down, trying to get themselves into the picture. Being busy with getting real-life cars ready. Talk about a headache with cars that hasn't been fired all winter or tore down. Oof. Yeah, that's always a tough one. There's a lot of hit and miss things that you're gonna have issues with. As you do see the 22 of Brandon Cole parked down on the inside of quarter number 2 there. A tough break for Brandon Cole as he's gonna take that Throttle Down Motorsports DCSSS WB Crave Designs ride down pit side. So a tough break there for the 22 as he's gonna take it off the racetrack and back down behind pit wall. Yo, Chris Peter says, how do we get the stream on the Jumbotron at the arena? Oh, brother, listen, you get it hooked up right now. I'll give the fans in the stands what they really came to see. I'll give them a show. You tell them right now. You tell them right now. I'll give them a show. Don't you worry about it. Yo, my boy Brian, what's good? What's good, Duke Guy? Duke Guy coming in, showing the love with the heart reaction. How are you, brother? How you doing today? As Clifford Bellamy coming in with that like on the stream, as well as all these drivers, man, putting on a heck of a show here. A heck of a race for us. Right from the drop of the green flag. These guys have been duking it out here lap after lap after lap. It's been a lot of side-by-side, a lot of door-to-door action, but we've also seen some, some movers, some followers, some drivers falling backwards. It's been kind of a hit or miss here for a lot of these drivers, but I think a lot of it's going to change as this racetrack really starts to slick out. It's starting to slick off already. You can see it there in the center of the corners. So it's pretty tacky still on the drive off, but that entry is starting to get very, very slick, and it's going to continue to get slicker and slicker. They're going to run out of tacky stuff out there on the racetrack, and then it's going to really come down to handling. And the best part about having handling is having a little bit extra right rear tire, and that's where the saving portion starts to come into play. If you've been saving those tires and you can roll the middle and still be very, very fast, then that's going to be the best place to be. What up, Peace? I'm grinding ranked at the moment. Let's go. A little ranked Call of Duty or Fortnite, because I know Fortnite has ranked now too. You playing? I'm assuming you're playing Call of Duty. That's normally what you're grinding is the COD. So that's awesome. That's awesome. What are you up to, brother? What are you up to now? I can't remember what I was at. I think it was, I don't even know, gold 3, gold 2, something like that before I stopped playing there for a couple weeks. Is my boy Brian coming in with that like on the stream and the share as well, coming in, hitting that share button. I appreciate you, my boy. I appreciate you coming in, showing the love here in this one. As man, some great racing action, but every single driver in the field is trying to chase down this 44 ride of Jacob Stefanski. Stefanski continuing to lead the way. He's got William Hargraves now back there in position number 2. Dustin Benton there in 3rd as Jackie Whaley now up into 4th. Steven Stefanski up inside the top 5. Now here comes T-Jack as Tyler Jackson taking a look underneath that 10 right along Franks. So Franks, who seemed to be pretty hard on that car early in this race, starting to slide backwards now. This could be where that little bit of tire conserving and a little bit of just being patient out there on the racetrack maybe unfortunately affecting this 10 ride, and or the 10 ride decided, you know what, it's time to settle down a little bit, let these tires kind of cool off. Let's try to save a little tire. Let's be there at the end and not right now. So they're trying to do some of this stuff, all race long. They're thinking strategy. They're thinking what they need to do is there's no caution flags. They can't come down pit side and get a new set of tires unless if they have a tire failure, in which case you got to run a lot of laps until you blow out a tire to come down pit side and get a new set. So that's kind of out of the question here at I-55. This racetrack really isn't big enough, so it's going to make things that much more difficult for each and every one of these drivers. Yo, Dirty Monkey Motorsports coming and showing the love over there on the YouTube channel, says, let's go, best in the business. You know it, brother. You know it, Dirty Monkey coming in, showing the love over there on the YouTube channel. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, if you haven't already, make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that follow and subscribe button, as these guys continue to put on a great race and a great run for us here all evening long. These guys have been making this a very, very interesting, very, very fun race right from the drop of the green flag right down to this point. And things are just starting to get heated up. Things are just starting to get built up and a little bit crazy as the lap counter continues to click these laps off. We get closer and closer to that checkered flag, but we see these drivers continuously using and abusing their race cars out there on the racetrack. And that could open up a whole slew of issues for some of these cars, as you see that 44 ride of Jacob Stefanski trying to hang on to it here as William Hargraves starting to reel him in. Hargraves, have seen that 71H ride pick up a lot of wins here at Federated Auto Parts Raceway, and he's looking to try to do it again here, just trying to keep that car as straight as possible, not spinning those tires, trying to keep himself underneath of them, and trying to keep that car from really kicking the rear end out like he just did right there. That's what you want to try to really avoid, is that really starts to eat up that right rear tire, and that's what you want late in this race, is that right rear, and being able to keep that car put in the right direction all race long is the best way to do it. Dustin Benton right there in that 3rd spot as he's still got Jackie Whaley nipping on his back bumper. T-Jack Tyler Jackson now taking a look underneath of Steven Stefanski. Here's Muscles right there in position number 5 trying to hold off T-Jack as the Alpha Shark Black Diamond Mafia Machine going to work himself underneath of that number 15 and move himself up inside the top 5. So T-Jack slowly but surely working himself back to the front of the field here as Lon Franks right there in tow, back in the 7th position. Evan Stefanski there in 8th. Ryan Howard now up into 9th as Dakota Proud rounding out our top 10. Cameron Stefanski there in 11th with Dylan Simmons, Aaron Martin, Jason Zilmer, Jeremy Akins, Charles Davis, Tim Van Uvenstein, and unfortunately for Brandon Kolb, still down pit side. Unfortunately has that car back behind the pit wall as they all chase down this 44 of Jacob Stefanski. Stefanski looking to try to pick up the checkered flag here in this one. We're going to jump into a quick Peacemaker Gaming crank it up. So ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, crank up that volume and cheer on your favorite driver as we crank it up here on Peacemaker Gaming. go here for assuring our Peacemaker Gaming. Crank it up. Look out as the 4 ride gonna go around here over the nose of the 34. That's unfortunate break there for Ryan Howard and Jason Zilmer. Zilmer and Howard both looking to get their cars pointed back in the right direction and keep on rolling. Unfortunately, they're gonna lose a lot of ground and both end up going a lap down. As out in front, Jacob Stefanski continuing to hold down the 4 here as Stefanski out in front, showing these drivers how to get it done here in this one. As we are already 81 laps complete here out of 125. That means we're working on the final 43 laps of racing action here. As that 44 ride continuing to lead the way, continuing to just try to find some different lanes, some different runs, trying to maximize his performance out of that 44 machine, as he's still got our second place driver, William Hargraves, right there behind him, and a little bit of a gap back to Dustin Benton, our third place driver there in that third position, but he's trying to hang on to it himself here as here comes T-Jack looking to jump up and take a shark bite out of that 34 ride is Tyler Jackson, the Black Diamond Mafia ride, the Alpha Shark down low, looking to use a little bit of force here to jump up into position number 3. So move T-Jack, contact, hang on to it, Tyler Jackson gonna go around, pointed in the wrong direction. Him and Dustin Benton getting into it together there off of quarter number 4, and unfortunately T-Jack is gonna go backwards. That was definitely not the bite he was looking for out of quarter number 4. Some contact, they're leaning on each other. Unfortunately right here, looks like as the 822 is kind of coming up, Dustin's kind of coming down, they get hooked right here. The left front of Dustin Benton's and the right rear of Tyler Jackson's just going to send him around here. He slides up the racetrack, trying to keep it out of the wall. Unfortunately, going to go around here, going to get a little help there from the 720 of Jackie Whaley. Doesn't look like too much damage on his ride or Whaley's ride, but unfortunately, that's going to lose a lot of ground right there for Tyler Jackson, and that's going to eat up a lot of what he saved on that race car for that right rear tire. So unfortunately, he is now back in the 8th position, trying to battle with the 116 here. That is the Sunrise Racing ride of Evan Stefanski. Evan up in position number 7. Now going to slide back to position number 8 here as T-Jack going to work back down to his inside and go around that 116 machine. As Jacob Stefanski continuing to lead the way here. Stefanski out in front. That's probably some good news for him, as he definitely knew that 822 ride was going to be a contender here this evening, and that gave him at least a little bit of an extra breathing room here on that 822 ride. Going to make it a little bit tougher for T-Jack, as William Hargraves right there in position number 2. Dustin Benton back in 3rd here as the 720 ride of Jackie Whaley trying to go to work on his back bumper. Then you see Dakota Proud now up inside the top 5 here. A good run here for that number 19 ride. Got spun around early in the race. Went from about the 8th position all the way back to 18th, the dead last in the field. Was able to keep it going, keep it rolling, and he's been slowly but surely working himself now up inside the top 5 here. So a good rebound and a good recovery there for Dakota Proud. As T-Jack, here you go. You see him stomping back up through the field here, trying to swim to the front of the pack as T-Jack back up into that 6th position as he works underneath the muscles. That's Steven Stefanski in the 15 ride to his outside. As Steven slides back to 7th, T-Jack now up into 6th here as he continues to try to march towards the front of the field. As Jacob Stefanski continues to lead the way here, showing these drivers how to get it done. Gets a little bit of breathing room now between himself and William Hargraves, about 7/10 of a second. As Hargraves trying to hang on to his ride here as these tires really starting to fade away now. This racetrack is very, very slick, and these drivers are slipping and sliding all over the place trying to keep these cars underneath them all. Bionic Man coming in with the like on the stream. How are you, Bionic Man? Coming in showing the love. Craig Michael Deacon coming in with that like as well, as Mama Bear says, get back up there. Tyler Jackson. Skylar says, we believe in T-Jack like we believe in the Hawks. The Iowa Hawks? Is that where Caitlin Clark is on? I don't know. I know that name. That's about it. I don't know anything about basketball or college sports, really. I don't know anything about that stuff. That's an American thing, not a Canadian thing. It's T-Jack, though. He's looking to continue to try to work himself back up to the front of the field here as Mackenzie says, oh, I know, he's cussing up a storm right now. Yeah, I can only imagine. You should get like a quick reel or something, Mackenzie, of like being in the other room while T-Jack's playing and something like that happens. You should get like a hidden camera and have it set up where you can catch all of his moments in the simulator. That'd be a pretty funny video right there, that is for certain. As Dustin Benton still in third here, he's got Jackie Whaley right there behind him. Dakota Proud there in position number 5 is CT Jack back there in 6 on the outside of the top 5, looking in here, but unfortunately running out of time, lap by lap by lap, starting to run out of opportunities here as Dylan Simmons working himself now up towards the front of the field. Is hang on to it. Oh, the 92 right of Cameron Stefanski almost going around right there. Look out as that 92 right almost lost it. They're out at corner number 2. That was a close call right there for Cameron as he was able to hang on to it. Unfortunately, though, he is going to lose a spot here as Aaron Martin going to work himself up into that 11th position. Jason Silmer now going to work himself around that number 92 as well, so a tough break there for Cameron Stefanski, but Jacob Stefanski still holding down the fort here out in front as, yes, Hawks won, says Mackenzie Finch. Let's go, Hawks, let's go, Hawks, right there, let's go. That's what we want to see out of the Hawks, that is for certain. That's exactly what we want to see out of the Hawks, is something like that, you know. You never want to see the Hawks not win. That's all I know, The Hawks don't win, it's rigged, that's for certain. I'm saying the same thing about my Flyers right now as well. So hopefully my Philadelphia Flyers are also winning. I know third period they were down 3-2, and I'll have to watch the highlights after this race. But prayers for the Flyers here. Our playoffs hopes are hanging by a thread. That is for certain. Here you go, hanging by a thread. This battle at the front of the field here is the lead for Jacob Stefanski. It is razor thin now as here comes William Hargraves. Hargraves right there on the back bumper of that 44 ride. Stefanski trying to hold him off, but Hargraves looking to try to make his move to the front of the field. They got a good gap back, almost 4 seconds back to that 34 ride of Dustin Benton. Benton now has a little bit of a advantage between himself and Jackie Whaley. He's got a few car length lead, a little bit of breathing room there as Dakota Proud about a second and a half back of Whaley. They're in position number 5. Dylan Simmons now up into that 6th position as this 33 ride has been marching up through the field, has made the move around Tyler Jackson, putting Jackson back into 7th, but that 33 is trying to work himself around his throttle down Motorsports teammate here, Dakota Proud, for position number 5 on the racetrack. Jack right there in 7th. Steven Stefanski there in position number 8. Evan Stefanski there in 9th. And Lon Franks, who was our early race leader here this evening, led a lot of laps quickly in this race. Unfortunately, he is back there in the 10th spot on the racetrack. As everyone trying to hang on to their rides, everyone trying to keep pointing in the right direction, but these two have been continuing to battle it out here as here goes a move down to the inside, but a good roll down through the middle of the corner for the 44 ride. Jacob Stefanski looking to use that outside momentum now to try to keep himself out in front, but they're going to go door to door down at a corner number 4. Stefanski just barely able to edge out in front as William Hargraves looking to try to jump up and take this race lead away. Hargraves is there, and he is not here to mess around. He is looking for the win here in this one. He wants to get that 71 right up in victory lane as the laps continue to get clicked down here. Only 14 laps left to go here on the evening, and this is the battle after 116 laps of racing action. These guys are door to door at the front of the field. If this is what you came for, then this is a price of admission right here. This battle between these two drivers is absolutely wild. As now you see a good run at a corner number 2 there for that 71 ride. Hargraves looking to try to jump up and clear him, but we do get a new race leader as William Hargraves gonna jump up and take this race lead away. Hargraves now out in front, but they got a lot of lap traffic to try to work through. Does Hargraves try to split him? Does he go 3, 4 wide here? Does he try to make a quick move to work himself even closer to this checkered flag? Is right down through the middle around Aaron Martin. Now around the 4 right. Hang on to it. Oh, that 4 machine almost went around Ryan Howard right in front of our second place driver. Stefanski really had to quickly think. Unfortunately, he may pay the price for that one as he's going to slide back here about 2 car lengths off of our race leader. A little bit of contact here. Hargraves into it with the 50 ride. Hang on to it. It's not over yet, ladies and gentlemen. The race is on as Hargreaves trying to hold on to it here, having some issue trying to work himself through lap traffic. Jacob Stefanski right there now trying to deal with this 50 ride as well, trying to work himself around that number 50 ride as see Dustin Benton there in third. Dylan Simmons now up into fourth, and T-Jack back up inside the top five here in the Black Diamond Mafia number 822. As T-Jack back inside the top five is Dakota Proud, Jackie Whaley, Lon Franks, Evan Stefanski, and Jason Zilmer round out our top 10. As William Hargreaves out in front, down across the line here. He sees 7 more laps left to go, and he sees our 9th place driver, Evan Stefanski, right there in front of him as he's looking to try to put Evan a lap down here as well, as right now only 9 drivers left on the lead lap. I'm sure that's probably not what's sitting in the back of the mind of the 71 ride. He just needs that. He's starting to pull away here quite a bit from Jacob Stefanski, as Jacob unfortunately now back about 1.7 seconds in seeing this win drive away from him. But the battle's on back here, as here comes that 33 machine. Dylan Simmons now trying to work himself up to the back bumper of the 34 of Dustin Benton. Benton gonna try to hold on to third here, and T-Jack's right there as well. T-Jack's been driving like a bat out of hell here, and he's been trying to catch that 34 ride after contact that sent him around as he looked to be working himself towards the front of the field here. He's looking to try to work himself maybe to the back bumper of that 34 ride, so we may have to keep an eye on that as he continues to find some big runs up here on the high side. As Dylan Simmons down low trying to make that move around the 34 as they're trying to work themselves around the 92 ride, as that is another Stefanski. It's Cameron Stefanski gonna make some contact there with the 34 as there he go. There goes T-Jack shooting by him. Around goes that 92 ride of Cameron Stefanski. He's gonna go for a loop-de-loop as T-Jack gonna jump up into position number 3. Hargreaves though out in front. Nice and easy down into quarter number 3 and out of quarter number 4. Hargreaves is gonna see that white flag fly one more time around here for William Hargreaves. Is nice and easy down through quarter number 1 and 2 for the final time down the back straightaway. 125 laps of racing action, and it's William Hargreaves, the Dirt Panda Malum Electric Viv's Liquor number 71H ride. That's gonna perk it up here in the beautiful Federated Auto Parts Raceway, I-55, Peasley, Missouri's victory lane. What a run and what a drive right there for Hargreaves. A good run for Jacob Stefanski, holding on to position number 2. Tyler Jackson up into third. Here is Dustin Benton and Dylan Simmons rounding out our top 5. Dakota Proud, Jackie Whaley, Lon Franks, Evan Stefanski, and Jason Zilmer rounding out the field. But it's all William Hargreaves here in this one, as Hargreaves is going to pick up the win. He's going to park his ride up in victory lane. Skylar says, Peace, you are a big Hawkeye fan from here on out. I'll send you some merch. Listen, you send me the merch, I'll sport it. I'll tell you what, I will sport any kind of merch. I love sports merchandise. I have quite a bit of jerseys. I would like to get more. It would be kind of cool to get like a jersey and trophy wall built up behind me, but it's a pretty big room, so you know I got a lot of stuff I need to get to be able to do that. As Just Viv says, this is what I came for. Go get him, William. Oh, he went and got him, that's for certain. See, I told you he'd rebound. Attaboy, T-Jack. Yeah, that was a great rebound right there for Tyler Jackson, being able to stomp his way back up through the field. As Mama Bear says, congratulations to William Hargreaves. Just Viv with the congratulations to William as well. She says, very nice night. Very nice night. It's always a very nice night when your favorite finds their way down into victory lane. As Mama Bear says, way to go, Tyler Jackson. A huge shout out as well to Jacob Stefanski, our second place driver, with a good run. And you know, 10 laps, 15 laps shy of possibly putting himself into victory lane there until that car really started to fade away there. So a tough break for Jacob Stefanski, but still a very solid second place run, as we'll get ready to jump up into the broadcast booth here with our top 5 finishers here on the evening, as we'll get ready to pull Hargreaves up into the broadcast booth. None of them are in the broadcast booth right now, so we will wait until the drivers are in there, as my boy Skylar Pruitt, the exclamation mark followage, coming in with the 588 days of being a follower here on Peacemaker Gaming. Woo! 588. Let's go, baby. Let's go. That's a heck of a number. 588. 588 days of being a follower here on PeaceMaker Gaming. Listen, does anyone have more than that? Jump into the chat. Make sure you put in exclamation mark followage. That way you guys can see exactly how long you've been part of the PeaceMaker family. See if you can beat Skylar Pruitt's 588 days. And make sure you guys also type in exclamation mark notify. That makes sure you guys have all the live notifications turned on and you guys don't miss out on any of the action here on PeaceMaker Gaming. As still waiting on these drivers to jump up into the Throttle Down Motorsports Enduro Series broadcast waiting room. Slowly but surely, we'll see them try to work themselves into that, and we'll get them in there. How do you find out? Yeah, you just type in exclamation mark followage, Mackenzie. Just like Susie Dickinson just did. Exclamation mark followers. See Mama Bear with the 719 days of being a follower here on PeaceMaker Gaming. Absolutely insane. 719 days. Gosh darn, that is crazy. That is crazy. 719. Skylar Pruitt says, see you tonight with the 96 star bomb. Brother, I will see you here shortly. As Mackenzie coming in and beating Mama Bear. Oh my, that's a close one. 720 for Mackenzie Finch. 720 days. Mama Bear one shy of being the top follower of the of this battle right now. So that's it's a close one right there. 1 day in between being members of the PeaceMaker family. I appreciate you guys all coming in, showing the love here. And Skylar, my boy, coming in with the star bombs as well. I appreciate you, my boy, and your generosity. Is still waiting for these drivers to hop into the broadcast waiting room here. I haven't haven't seen any hop in here yet, so we're still kind of up in the air on about where these guys are. I see T-Jack in the Dirt Clash Super Street Stock Series 1, so I mean we might be able to pull T-Jack in there. That's the wrong Discord, T-Jack. The wrong Discord, my boy. I see Stefanski in here. Let's see if we can get Jacob in here. All right, let's see if we can get our second place finisher, our second place driver, Jacob Stefanski, coming in here as Rob Stefanski with that exclamation mark followers with the 119 days of being a follower. Listen, it doesn't matter if you're a 1-day follower or a 1,000-day follower. I appreciate each and every one of you guys for being a part of the PeaceMaker family and joining me on my journey to being a superstar, whether it's streaming, just joking around, having fun, playing Call of Duty or Fortnite or any of the other things that we do, or being up here in the booth and trying to make it, as an announcer and maybe leading into bigger, better things and possibly leading into, real life announcing or anything else. You never know where that road or where that path can take us. But right now, we know we're going to try to jump up into the Discord here with some of our race winners and some of our top finishers. As our second place finisher, Jacob Stefanski, up here in the waiting room. We're going to pull him in for his post-race interview. Hey, Jacob, it's Aaron up here in the PeaceMaker Broadcasting booth. Take a copy.
Yes, sir.
Jacob, my boy, what a run, what a race, man. It looked like you had things locked down there for a little bit, and you're about 12, 13 laps shy of being able to get it done and pick up the checkered flag here this evening, as you have to settle in for a solid second-place run, as William Hargraves was able to find himself a way around you late in this race and drive away late in this one.
Yeah, it was just a little too much too soon, I think, and a mixture of lap traffic. Once I was kind of playing it safe for a lot of the race. Once I got by Lon, I kind of give myself a gap and then let them catch back up, and then give myself a gap and let them catch back up. And I think towards the end there, getting around some of the lap traffic, I used my stuff up just a little too much, and it really burned off the tires there towards the end.
Absolutely, but a very exciting way to finish this one after 115 laps. We look up there, we see you and William Hargraves door to door for multiple laps, duking it out, then running into some of that lap traffic and, mixing it up there, trying to dice your way through there, trying to work yourself back to the front of the field here, man, and a very exciting finish to this race. But, you got to be pretty happy with the performance here this evening, being able to lead a lot of laps and still being able to finish it off. Obviously not in the spot you want to be, but still up in position number 2 has got to feel pretty good.
Oh, absolutely. And it was hats off to Will for some real good, clean side by side racing there for, I think it was like almost 10 laps. We were just side by side, not even touching. It was a lot of fun.
Absolutely, looked like a lot of fun out there for certain. As Jacob, we saw you sporting a new number here this evening as you come home in the 44 ride here tonight. Take us through that one. Is it a special throwback or something special for you? Change the number as we usually see in the 32 ride, but here in this one in that 44 machine.
Actually, there's really no backstory on it. I just kind of I saw a font of the number 4 that I liked, and I gave a holler over to Wade at WB Creative Designs, who always does a killer job for me, keeping my cars looking fresh, and he made it happen, and I love how it turned out.
Absolutely, a very, very nice looking ride. A very good looking car up in the podium spot here to come home in position number 2. Jacob, anybody you'd like to shout out here or thank for such a great run and strong performance here this evening?
Yeah, I got to thank all the guys over at Throttle Down Motorsports. Got to thank you for putting on the broadcast, always doing a great job. We appreciate you for that. I got to thank Sunrise Racing, WB Creative Designs, making my cars always look fresh and clean and nice. And got to thank Steve's Lawn Care, Forever Tan and Boutique, PJ Auto, Car and Trailer Sales, Meridian Rug Company, Bud's Apple Pie. And just everyone who's out supporting us week in and week out, and who's coming out here and adding cars to the field and just having a good time. Shout out to Will for the win. Congrats to him on that. And got a shout out to my girlfriend for always supporting and watching the broadcasts as we do week in and week out.
Absolutely, man. A great run, a great drive. So close to parking it up in victory lane here in this one. We can't wait to see you back out there on the racetrack. And hopefully we'll see you up here in victory lane before the end of the season. Is the end of the season coming up here quickly. And, hopefully we'll see you back up in victory lane.
Absolutely. Thank you, Aaron.
Absolutely. Enjoy the rest of your night.
You too.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, give it up there for our second place driver, Jacob Stefanski. Here is Jacob coming home in position number 2. A great run and a great drive for that 32 machine as we'll get ready to pull in our third place finisher, Jacob Stefanski. Tyler Jackson, our third place finisher. Tyler Jackson coming home there in third, as we just heard from Jacob Stefanski, as Mackenzie Finch says wouldn't have any idea of this stream if it wasn't for T-Jack. I love it. I love that you love it, and I love that T-Jack's a part of the family, part of the PeaceMaker fam, and bringing in his friends, family, and loved ones into not only my journey but also his journey as well, and his racing action there in his sim racing career. As we'll get ready to pull T-Jack up here into the broadcast booth. Hey, Tyler, it's Aaron up here in the PeaceMaker Broadcasting booth. They get a copy?
What's up, Aaron?
Not much, man. A bit of a wild run, a bit of a crazy run, but a great recovery as you were able to, you slid back a little bit early in this race, just trying to be conservative, I'm assuming, just trying to keep, those tires underneath you. It's a very long race, and you got a really slick racetrack towards the end of this race as you knew it was going to turn out this way. And, we see you there throughout, just a little past halfway through, you start working yourself up towards the front of the field, and then you get up into that third spot, a little bit of contact between you and Dustin Benton. Unfortunately, go for a loop-de-loop there as you're trying to save it off of the fence, and unfortunately that slides it all the way back to that 8th position, and you got to make up a lot of ground. But there you are late in this one, just clicking them off, working yourself back up towards the front of the field, and you're able to come home with a great rebound in that 3rd position. But you got to feel like you might have gotten taken out of this one or given up a chance here of the checkered flag.
Yeah, it started a little rough. Got hit pretty good. I don't know, I think it was the first lap going into 3, or maybe it was the second lap. But yeah, I got just knocked out of the way pretty early, and then we were just kind of trying to ride, and then we found our way back up to the guy that used us up a little bit, and we gave it back to him, and I guess he didn't like it. But I try to race everybody the same way they race me, so I don't really care about, at the end of the day, the points thing. It's not that big of a deal if you win or lose this thing. You got to have some respect on here for everybody. So yeah, we kept working our way up, and yeah, we were just riding, man. I knew we were going to be really good at the end, because I was only running quarter throttle down the straightaway, and I was still keeping pace with. I really wasn't losing pace with some of these guys, and I could hear their engines revving up, and I could see them really sideways coming out of the corners, and we were keeping it really straight. So I knew the last, I don't know, 25 laps would probably be pretty good. Yeah, it was unfortunate with Dustin. He I think he saw me coming. I was kind of hunting around, and so he started really trying to pinch me, and we made contact a couple times in that lap, and then I got kind of by him there, and he kind of hooked my right rear, and I just spun trying to overcorrect it. He didn't really spin me out, but he got me sideways enough where I couldn't correct it. But yeah, once that happened, it was kind of like then it was kind of game on. Saving the tires was over. We started really rolling, and Dylan Simmons came by and passed us pretty good. And when he went by, I said, man, that guy must have really saved some tires. So yeah, we kept riding, and then I don't know, we just kept seeing that orange car. That's who we were aiming for, and we finally found him there with 2 to go. We got 2 guys in the last couple laps, so actually ended up with an all right points night.
Absolutely, definitely saw that battle there as Dustin and Dylan were trying to work themselves through some lap traffic. You were rolling that high sign groove, just clicking down the laps, laying down some great lap times still, and we saw them having some issues trying to get around that 92 ride, and then you were able to just blow by up on the high side and get a 2 for down the back straightaway into quarter number 3 to move yourself up into that 3rd position. And you were running down that 30, well, usually the 32 ride, the 44 ride at Jacob Stefanski there, as well as, man, you definitely had the pace in a very, very fast car late in this race. Unfortunately, just not close enough to the front of the field to make something happen.
Yeah, I actually thought he was a lap down. I thought I saw him spin earlier. It must have been somebody else. But yeah, I think the last lap and a half, I kind of just rode, just thinking I was going to finish 3rd. But then I actually, when we crossed the line, I didn't realize he was running 2nd. Maybe we could have made a little harder run at it, but we could have made a mistake too. So yeah, as long as we finish ahead of the 34, that's all that really matters. We got 1 week to go, and I mean we've had good speed in all these races. I mean, honestly, I think I've had a shot to win all of them. We've had some bad luck or this and that, but that's all you can really ask for, is to have a chance. And 125 laps is fun. You kind of see guys come and go, and then the speed at the end. So I don't know what's going to happen next week. 3/4 of a mile. I'm not sure. We're not all going to have to pit, or maybe everybody's going to have to run a quarter throttle the whole race. I don't know. We'll just make some practice laps and see what happens.
Absolutely, definitely be fun to find out, as it's pushing everyone to the boundaries here of what they can do and what the cars can do here on iRacing. As definitely a lot of laps and a lot of action out there, and a lot of beating and banging and battling. And as you battle yourself back up into position number 3, Tyler, who would you like to thank for such a great run and strong performance here this evening?
Yeah, all the guys at Black Diamond Mafia, CFM Esports, Majula Say Speed Shop, KC Speedworks, Shot Fergie 22, Johnson Speed Shots. Thank you for the broadcast, and thanks for these guys for putting the league on. It's really having a lot of fun with this 125 lap. It's really more of a mental game than it is just all out. See you can go the fastest every single lap. So I'm really enjoying it.
Absolutely, definitely a bit of a twist on what we normally see with dirt street stock racing, and that's definitely giving you guys a lot of laps and a lot of time to go out there and battle and try to work yourself to the front of the field, and you're able to almost get it done here in this one. Tyler, we look forward to seeing you out there on the racetrack for the final race of the series, and hopefully we'll see you up here in the broadcast booth, and maybe right back up here in Victory Lane.
Yeah, we're gonna leave it. We're gonna leave it all out that last race. We're either gonna blow the field away, or we're gonna blow a tire and we're gonna suck. We're going all out, and we're not running quarter throttle around a 3/4 mile track all night.
Beauty. Well, we look forward to seeing how it plays out, and we can't wait to see you back out there next Monday.
Thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, give it up there for our 3rd place finisher, Tyler Jackson. His T-Jack coming home here in position number 3. I still don't know where William Hargraves disappeared to. He's just he's gone. I don't see him in any of my Discords that are any iRacing Discords or anything else. So I don't know where poor Hargraves disappeared to. So a tough break there, as we'll keep on moving with the list here, as we see our 4th place driver, Dustin Benton, waiting here in the in the waiting room here. So we're gonna pull our 4th place finisher, Dustin Benton, up here into the broadcast booth. Hey Dustin, it's Aaron up here in the PeaceMaker Broadcasting booth. Take a copy.
Yes, sir. I got you.
Dustin, my boy, what a great run, a great drive here for you, man. The car looked really, really good, really fresh out there on the racetrack. We saw you have a lot of speed here early on in this race, and then, pretty consistent lap times all the way through here, just trying to hold pace, trying to stay right there, hoping that something might happen to Hargraves and Stefanski where they would maybe fall off a little bit sooner than what we started to see Stefanski and mostly Hargraves just having a lot of speed right down to the very end, but trying to play that little bit of a long game strategy here. Unfortunately, doesn't quite play out for you as we saw Tyler Jackson able to work himself back up around you there as well after, you kind of got a little tied up there with some lap traffic. He was able to make that move up on the high side to get around you, but man, a great race and a great run for you and a very strong finish here for the 34 ride.
Yeah, it's all right. And I've been testing some stuff, trying some different stuff, and I don't know. I don't know why people that are 3 or 4 laps down want to race the leaders when you got 3 people racing for third place, and it's kind of not ideal, but it is what it is, I reckon.
Absolutely, definitely a tough part of the racing action, especially when such a small track like I-55 in close quarters, and drivers that are obviously that far down, that many laps down, they're just trying to hang on to their ride, trying to stay hopefully out of the way there. Unfortunately, just couldn't quite get out of the way of that one lap traffic car, and unfortunately, he made a little contact with him down the back straightaway, which really just opened up the door for T-Jack to get around you, but you were able to hold off your teammate Dylan Simmons there at the end as T-Jack and Simmons were coming with a lot of speed and a lot of right rear tire late in this race as they were storming up to your back bumper, then trying to figure out a way to get around you, and obviously we saw that contact with the lap car.
Yeah, Dylan was definitely coming. Dylan was probably the fastest car on the track at the end. He saved his tires for a long time and then just started driving around people like they were sitting still. I didn't think the saving tires would ever work at this track because it's such a small track. You'd be going laps down. And I think at one time he said that he was 6 seconds from getting laps, and then took off and was able to almost get third and ended up fifth. But yeah, he had a good race for sure.
A very, very strong run, a very strong showing for all the Throttle Down Motorsports rides here as you guys all put on a great show once again for us tonight in this one. Dustin, you come home in position number 4. Another solid run, another solid performance. Who would you like to thank for such a great run here tonight?
Yeah, I got to thank you first and foremost, Aaron, for doing the great job you do and always being behind us, supporting us, and just being the best in the business, hands down. Yeah, I thank all my guys at Throttle Down Motorsports. Congrats, Jacob on second, Dylan on fifth. Dakota and Brandon didn't have that great of a race, but we all was there and had 3 out of the top 5, so can't really ask for nothing better. Congrats to William on the win. Gotta thank Precision Auto Body, Bulldog Chassis, WB Creative Designs, Wade, for always keeping us looking good. I was supposed to be trying to save this car for the Monday Night All-Star season, but I kind of snuck it out tonight. And gotta thank, always give a shout out to my buddy Randy on the back, the car, racing for Randy. That race will be coming up here before you know it in June, so I gotta get somebody to throw a poster together for that race, racing for Randy. Be 3 races in one night, hopefully broadcasted by PeaceMaker. We gotta make that happen, Mr. Aaron.
Absolutely. Hit me up with details, and we'll see. I think last year we ran it on a Friday, did we not?
Maybe.
Open for Friday?
It was either Friday or Saturday. I can't remember.
I should have both those days open again if that's what you're aiming for, if that's what you want.
Yes, sir. It'll probably be the second weekend in June. I'll because the first weekend in June we got the Racing for Randy racing real life. So we'll have a Racing for Randy 2 weeks in a row, one on the real track and one on iRacing. So keep his memory alive, and everybody look out for that. We had a really good turnout last year, and hopefully we do the same this year. It'll pay pretty good. And then I got to thank my wife and my little girl for putting up with me being out here, and that'll be it, I reckon.
Well, Dustin, a good run, a good drive, a solid top 5 finish here again for you as you park that 34 ride up here on the front straightaway in position number 4. We look forward to seeing you out there on the racetrack for next week's finale as points are getting tight and racing actions starting to heat up out there on the track as every spot's going to matter more and more and more here, especially coming to next week where it's going to be interesting to see how it all plays out and see if you can pick up the championship or if someone can steal one away from you here in this one.
I'm pretty sure Tyler got the championship locked up. I think he could not even race and win. Where he's got everybody is he's getting the bonus points. Like, he's got the bonus. There's 15 bonus points on the line each night, and some of the nights he's got all 15. So that's looking at the points here. It looks like from the extra stuff, the 3 bonus point things, he's got a total of 45 points added. So hell, if you took 45 points off his points lead, it would be really close. But yeah, I think he's got that locked up. Well, be a close battle for second. Me and Williams only separated by 4 points, but Tyler's got it wrapped up.
Either way, we look forward to seeing you guys back out there on the racetrack and excited for another wild racing and another wild 125 lapper here with the Throttle Down Motorsports Enduro Series. As Dustin, my boy, congrats on the 4th place run, and we'll see you back out there on the racetrack.
Yes, sir. I'm going for broke next week.
That's exactly what Tyler Jackson said. All right, ladies and gentlemen, give it up there for our 4th place finisher, Dustin Benton is Benton coming home there in position number 4. We'll get ready to pull in our 5th place finisher here is Dylan Simmons, waiting patiently here as well, as obviously that has closed out. Server is done. We'll save the file because nice guy in case if they forgot to or if anyone needs it, but we will switch scenes here so that way you guys can see more of my ugly mug here. Let me take a look. There we go. Bam. There we go. It's my boy, Aaron Martin. Aaron M29 over there on Twitch TV coming in, showing the love. How are you, Martin? Coming in, showing the love. How are you, Ron? Coming in, some matching that thumbs up as we're going to get ready. We're going to pull our 5th place finisher up into the broadcast booth. There's unfortunately still no William Hargraves to be found in the Discord, so I don't know if he might have just dipped or had prior commitments or something. I'm not sure, but see him anywhere, so that is a heartbreaker for us, as we'd always love to get our race winner up into the booth, but cannot be found. He is missing in action, maybe still down in victory lane partying with his team. So shout out to Hargraves picking up the win here tonight in this one, but we'll get ready to pull in our 5th and final post-race interview. As Mr. Dylan Simmons coming home here in that 5th position. We're going to pull Dylan up into the broadcast booth. Hey Dylan, it's Aaron up here in the PeaceMaker broadcasting booth. They get a copy?
Yes, sir.
Dylan, man, a great run and a great drive here out of that 33 run. As we saw you kind of being pretty conservative, kind of rolling out there on the racetrack, just trying to keep that car in one piece. And then late in this race, you start to march your way to the front of the field, clicking them off in a quick hurry here and working yourself almost up into that 3rd spot late in this race. And then, some pretty crazy action with a lot of lap traffic. You trying to figure out a way to get around Dustin Benton. Then T-Jack comes out of nowhere and is able to jump up and make that move to get around both you and Dustin, and unfortunately had to settle in back there in that 5th position late in this race.
Yeah, it feels good to get another podium. Right off the podium, but I I tried to save for a little bit, and I went hard for the first 10 laps, and didn't want to burn my tires up, so I saved for a little while like I have been doing, and it worked out again for me.
Absolutely, definitely worked out here as you had a flaming hot car late in this race. We saw you moving past guys like they were standing still out there as you were marching your way up to the front of the field. We saw T-Jack obviously doing the same thing, a little bit of the same strategy there as he was saving for quite a while and worked himself up towards the top 3, then slid all the way back to the 8th position there, and that's where he kind of ran into you. You were able to get around him for a little bit there, and you know, he kind of followed you right on through as you guys stormed up past a few more drivers up inside the top 5, and then there late in the race battling for that 3rd spot in the final top 3 of the podium here, but still being able to get up here with a solid 5th place run's got to feel pretty good tonight.
Yeah, it does. I knew I wouldn't be able to save much here with it being a smaller track, but I also knew that with it being a small track, there's going to be a lot of lap traffic and leaders possibly slowing down for wrecks and stuff like that. So I'm just glad it worked, and I didn't look like a fool for doing it.
Absolutely, it all worked out perfectly here for you in this one, Dylan, as you parked that 33 ride up here on the front straightaway in that 5th position. Who would you like to thank for such a strong run and strong performance here this evening?
I gotta thank the guys over at Throttle Down Motorsports. We bounce ideas off each other all the time and get out there and practice, and it's starting to show. I think we had 3 in the top 5 tonight and 1 right outside the top 5. So they've definitely helped me a lot. And I gotta thank Wade Burris for the awesome raps, and you for the best stream on iRacing.
I appreciate that, Mr. Dylan. Great run, great drive. We look forward to seeing you back out there on the racetrack for the final race of the season next Monday, and hopefully we'll see you right back up here in the broadcast booth, maybe a few spots closer to the front, and maybe up in victory lane yourself.
Yes, sir. It'd be nice. We'll try to get another top 5 and finish out the points in a good spot.
Absolutely look forward to seeing how it all plays out and see if you can jump up there and jump up a couple spots and maybe work yourself into a top 5 finish here in the point standings as well.
Yeah, it'd be nice. I've consistently done better every season that I've ran with Throttle Down, so maybe I can get me one of those points championships here soon.
Well, I'm after a few good weeks like we saw any of the year. I don't think that's out of a pocket kind of remark right there. I definitely think you'll be a contender here, as you keep getting better and better and faster each and every one of these races.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it.
Absolutely, Dylan. Enjoy the rest of your night, and congratulations again on the 5th place run.
Thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, give it up there for our 5th place finisher. Dylan Simmons is coming home there in position number 5. A great run and a great drive out of that number 33 machine. Unfortunately, that is going to do it here for us in this one. As Killa25 says, what's up, brother? What's up, Killa? How are you? Killa coming in, showing the love. How are you, my boy? Coming in, showing the love over there on the YouTube channel. Unfortunately, though, that is going to do it for us here in this one, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to take a quick short break here. We're going to end the stream, and we're going to get ready to rock and roll here as we get another race, another series. We get the late models headed back to Volusia Speedway for the Hometown Heroes series coming up here in probably about 20-25 minutes from now. We'll be back live with that race as we're going to see another big field, 30-plus drivers out there duking it out, battling for 24 starting positions in our A-main feature event for the Hometown Hero Series here late on Monday night. We can't wait to see you guys there. If you guys haven't already here in this one, make sure you guys hit the like, hit the share, hit that follow, and subscribe button as we're going to get ready to call it a night. Thank you all for tuning in. Peace and love, baby. Peace and love, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, what a run. What a race that was. It was a lot of fun, man. That was a lot of fun. These guys put on a heck of a show for us.